Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamebreakers. I'm here with my Gamebreakers crew. We got Allison and Will and Thomas, and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We are in the Tomb of Annihilation module, and we are very far into that module.
Yeah, we're annihilating this
And
tomb.
you should go back and check out those earlier episodes to see those shenanigans they managed to survive and how they did it. But otherwise, we find themselves in the lair of the Three Sisters. So, where we had last left off, the names had been called aloud, and about 2 minutes had passed, and we paused for dramatic effect. And with that, we'll go ahead and pick right up. Tim had walked around knocking the cauldron and kicking out the fires, and the room was growing darker. There is still some dim light cast about from the flames. He repeated the names loudly, yelling and kicking around stuff. After about 2 minutes of this, he stops. It's like, well, what now?
I mean, I could use my 6th level spell slot on locate creature.
Remind me what had just happened. We just
Had
fought,
been
right?
whispered the names
Yes.
by the children. The names
And it hadn't
of
worked, and then he'd poured the cauldron, right?
Widow Groat, Peggy Deadbells, and Baggy and Nana. And all these were whispered by the children, who then dove into the treasure of your bag of holding.
Thereby giving you boons.
You also had the name yelled out by others, including Tim, who was like shouting them at the top of his lungs, and then knocking over the cauldron, kicking out the fire, and ringing it like a bell. You know, generally being disrespectful with things. And then, after 2 minutes, it was quiet.
And yes, you already checked that the witches did not appear inside of the bag of holding where the little
right.
kitty things are.
I feel like now our option. Thomas, can you mute? I'm getting an
echo. I feel like our options right now are like, do we pull all the levers and push all the buttons, or do we just I mean, there's so much of this dungeon. I don't need every crystal pulled off every statue. You know what I mean? But
we did find one lever that you were able to pull up in the triangle.
So we're either we pull levers or we move on. I feel like that's where we're at.
Well, I don't think we can move on anywhere until we pull the levers. I think we should pull all but the last one, and then try to rest.
And if any point the night hags show up, we'd just send the berserkers at them, unless the berserkers disappear before the night hags show up, in which case we'll go with plan B.
Yeah, that's really why I was trying to provoke them, was so we could make sure the berserkers were still here. But I mean, if it's not working, let's go back to getting the levers. Oh, which reminds me, Chippy, I have an idea. Can I get one of those pages that you got out of the top right room?
He hands you the 2nd level one.
Okay.
Why, sure.
And you said there's like a ghostly lever in here, right? That we couldn't, like, the hand, it was incorporeal.
Up in here, the square.
So I'm gonna put the page. I'm gonna put the page in my hand and try to like grasp it with the paper.
Okay. So, as what we see, you see that there is this kind of immaterial, kind of ghostly see-through lever.
Mhm.
Ethereal.
And the paper does not interact with it, neither does your hands.
Out of game. I know the answer, but Chippy is not aware of the boons that Roken just got, and I don't know any way in game to have that information happen, except that now that I've told you that, it's even harder to not say, oh, well.
What about this? Well, I
Right.
would ask ask Wayne, who's currently interacting. Do you have any ongoing magical effects? Something that's active?
I have the heroism potion spell.
Mhm.
As per bless.
Okay.
Oh, and hey, Shregon, just for framing, we're only getting like here up on you.
Oh, really? I thought I had kind of adjusted it, but anyway,
Better.
yeah,
Nailing it.
super slacking. Thanks for calling me on it. Okay, so
My vote.
unable to interact with the ghostly bone lever. You see
All
it?
right. My second mundane attempt was just gonna be to like drop a bunch of chalk dust on it and see if like
Oh, my gloves are magical. I can give that a shot.
oh
Right? I still have the mage's magic, the one that we kept running into and killing.
right. Well, as my stream of chalk dust, I assume just fucking fails.
Falls through the lever, but some of it adheres to the wall, while some of it clearly goes down. There's parts that adhere to the wall, and it appears there is kind of almost remnants of like a rectangle around
Hmm.
the lever, like drawn on the wall. The
Wayne
dust
will
seems to have caught whatever that might be.
step back and let Roken give a shot.
I pull the lever.
Magic
You have some
gloves.
magical effects going on there.
Yeah, I got the magic on the gloves,
And you
mostly.
also got an arcana check as you're looking at it and having a moment to discern it. I know you tried to mess with it
Oh,
earlier and step
+3
back,
for me. Let's see.
but now you have a moment to look over it.
17.
So you would give this an ethereal quality.
Ethereal.
Like ethereal plane, capital E,
Mhm.
ethereal. And you do know that that connects with this boon that you had just gained to turn ethereal 3 times.
All right. Yeah.
Um.
I will do that right now.
Oh, okay.
And as an action, you become it's the etherealness spell, which you are now under the effect of.
That lasts 8 hours.
Let me I need to check on doop boop doo. I'm unsure. It's what Up to 8 hours. Yes.
Up to 8 hours. Here, I'll
You are in. You have Arcana, and you'd recognize this in the spell, and you understand. So when you use this spell, you can, if you do. You step into the border regions of the ethereal plane, in the area where it overlaps with this material physical plane. You know,
mhm.
you can kind of move around like up and down, and you know, you're not really on the same plane anymore, but you can kind of see things that are close by.
Excellent. This
But
is
you
pretty
can
cool.
interact with ethereal things.
So yeah, I do pop it. I can dismiss it, so I'm not stuck. And I pulled.
Pull the lever!
Wrong lever.
And your ethereal self interacts with the ethereal lever,
Can
and
they
you are
see
able
me?
to pull it.
Can they see me in my ethereal state?
As far as the rest of the party is concerned, Broken just blinked away out of existence.
I'll put my hands through them like woo, and then I'm gonna
Then I'll make sure I'm clear of everything and
um
dismiss it.
When the before you do that, like when you Roken disappears, we had just talked about etherealness, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop a charge on my gem of seeing.
Okay.
Which gives me true sight, which if I remember right, lets me see ethereal stuff.
Interesting. Out there. Gem of seeing. What are you seeing? Can see into the ethereal plane. Indeed.
I also, if there's any doors hidden by magic, or things
Well, you get to see
like
things as they
illusioned over.
actually are.
hmm
Yeah. The
But
way
it does call out specifically that I notice secret doors hidden by magic and also the ethereal plane.
it's like wizards seeing things that are actually there.
Right. So
So you
I'll
see Roken.
and as you're wooing into me, his eyes will like pop and like lock into yours. Like I don't think we can speak across the plane, but like I'll do one of these and one of these. Right? Maybe there's other ethereal stuff.
okay.
Right? I will attempt to communicate that to you subtly without sound.
Roken is probably better at picking up at that than I am because miming and lip reading are chronic weaknesses of mine. So I will assume Roken gets it.
So why don't you go ahead and give me a little tour there, Roken, with your token. Take some.
You want me to do what?
Take a little tour what you're doing with your. I mean, you were up in here, right? You got Wayne up in here. So
Yeah,
what you doing with your ethereal self?
this is the lever, right? That's where I thought
The
we were.
lever's in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that lever. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking the wrong room. Yep.
Yeah, we already got the top left.
Okay. So yep. I pull that lever and
There's some yells that come from the other room. It looks like the square just recessed into a keyhole. It's the second
Let's
one.
run that way.
Calls out from Kejma.
Let's go.
Who steps down. We got the triangle and the square. Looks like the seal the golden seal has pulled back into the shape. So the shape is left.
I will insert it. I have the key, right?
No, I'm holding the keys, and we're not going
Oh,
to do
that's
that.
right. You were holding the key.
Yeah, we're not going to do that until after we've rested, because Valendra.
But okay. But it's right here. Okay.
All right, Wayne.
Another night in this place. Ugh.
I'm gonna ask for perception checks out of the Broken and Wayne.
To see the ice cream and candy bars waiting for us.
Nat 20, which I think is a total of 25. Looking up now.
I got a 21 for realsies.
21 for realsies. Nice.
Rolled a 10.
It is a moment as you approach this far side where you see a creature that then dashes away through the wall.
I see it.
Both
I
of
guess
you
we
saw
both
it.
do. Yeah. I'm still ethereal.
Through the south wall.
I thought it was through the west.
It was right here, and yes, it went west.
Can I pass through the wall? I'm pretty sure I can.
Can you pass through the wall?
I attempted.
That's you attempt.
I'm also
And your ethereal self
half your face.
Your ethereal self does not interact with the material wall.
Go into the darkness on the map. Ooh.
And I will give you some kind of like intelligence, navigation, maybe if you have something similar.
Navigation or something similar.
Yeah, some way to orient yourself in the.
I could do
without looking
insight.
at something.
I mean, I could do survival. I actually, I don't. It's probably the same roll as the other. It's just a +3. But yeah, I'll do survival.
All right.
I rolled a 1, but I'm a halfling.
And
oh, my numlock's not working. Come on. No, dang it. Sorry, I'm
as you
having a keyboard malfunction here. 19 total.
you do find yourself moving into or through this material, which at first is surprising, and then you realize you're not even really here, right? You're not on this material plane. You're somewhere else. Right? You're on the ethereal border. So this is just like a ghostly image of what would be here. So you kind of wander around into like the nothingness of walls, solid stone. And while you'd be able to find your way back, you don't really gain any insight to maybe where you're.
All I found was that I unlocked a new kind of claustrophobia. That's all that happened here, folks.
Yeah, what fresh hell indeed.
Okay, now I'm ready to rest.
While you're wandering, I will be just While I have True Sight up, how long does that? 10 minutes. Okay. I will be checking out all the other rooms. See if there's anything illusory that we missed.
So while you are here, right, this is the octagon room,
Uh-huh.
right? That's the one that has the leather tome. And it looks like the humanoid skeleton set in the wall,
Right.
right? Go ahead and give a perception check if you wanna.
I do want
Well then, tell me what that true sight looks like in there.
17. Oh, wait, I still have heroism. 20 dirty.
Okay. Well, looking around, you see that there are some seams along the floor's perimeter that seems like it might have some move, like it's not connected, right? The floor is outlined.
Can you ping again where the floor was outlined? Just looking at my character sheet.
It's this room, and
Mhm.
it's the carving of the floor from the wall around it,
Like here?
and here, like the floor and the
Oh,
wall.
it's the whole room.
The whole floor seems to have this kind of visible seam where it's separated or could separate from the walls.
Okay. Ominous.
And let's see, just a moment. You also see that the ceiling is meant to be breakaway. Like that, it's the whole room is a plaster, but something about that ceiling seems fragile. Like I know you
Okay.
could have like flight or movement, you could go and check it out,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
So, go ahead and give me some kind of investigate or check out that ceiling a little deeper.
my roller is not working. Oh well. Nat 20.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's not working, huh?
With just a little bit of physical touch, it scratches away, and it's as thin as paper. You can see through it into the darkness above, and there's a spinning blade in the ceiling, silent.
This fucking place, man.
Just the worst. That's why we're annihilating it, right?
That is the plan. Okay. So
We haven't had an investigation into the lectern or book yet either. They're
Yeah.
just casual spots.
Do you want me to come check it out?
Sure. Like unless my passive perception is gonna.
I guess I'll stay ethereal for now.
Okay.
Yes, but I mean we can't communicate.
There is some kind of secret compartment door underneath at the bottom of this lectern.
I'm just going to hit it with the wand of knock and then dive.
All right, it's not a secret anymore.
And you
Got my broom on my way out the door.
loudly cast knock. And that happens. What next?
Does it open?
Well, you dove away. Do you stay away? Do you go back and check it out? It was inside, underneath, up
Right.
inside kind of thing. You dove away.
Yeah, I was diving and I was just expecting, an explosion of gas or fire or, I don't know, my childhood, whatever.
Right.
Whatever nonsense was packed. But if nothing exploded, I will then creep back over and peek in.
It's open.
Okay.
And inside, there is a brass lever.
Oh my god, another fucking lever.
I will time a lasso around it and pull it. I don't touch things. That's real.
Without any kind of constraints like we had with the narrow glass thing and everything going on, this is easily enough. Chink. And you hear Keshma yell out, "The octagon's recessed next." That's 3.
3 out of 5. Anybody have any ideas on the other two? I don't remember. This one was an illusion scarecrow with a bunch of food, right? I don't remember what this one was.
I feel like there was a table.
It's a shrine with some lit candles and a mirror that's cracked, and there's writing on the mirror, and then on the wall above the mirror it says "Piggy, Piggy, Piggy." And I don't think we read the writing on the mirror yet. I think we may have run away and tried to not look in it.
Well, I guess as an ethereal being, I will look in it.
Okay. So taking a look into the mirror. Pardon me. Moving around on maps here. So this was the door of the hexagon, and you see this large cracked 6-sided mirror on this stone shelf. 5 unlit candles, each made with yellow wax and covered in tiny black sigils. And scrawled on the wall above the mirror, and looks like dried blood. Piggy, piggy, piggy.
Piggy, piggy, piggy. Just saying it out loud. Do anything?
Ethereal. I guess out loud is
Perspective.
There's no change. Tim comes and takes a look in. Is it safe to touch? I mean, there's magic all over these things. Candles, mirror. The words
I'm
on the
ethereal.
wall.
I can't respond, so.
Chippy doesn't know you're there, but he thought this room was interesting, so he's going to wander over.
Huh? I don't know.
So
Is
the
Wayne-
words don't have any sort of effect, it seems. Do you continue scouting this way, or
Chippy is confused why Wayne is making these hand gestures apparently at no one.
I don't think that caught on the mic.
Oh, Roken went ethereal. I got a Geneseeing true sight going. Right, just keep an eyes. Oh God, that's why I popped in all on alert. I saw it. Can I describe what I saw in the ethereal?
You can. You had a perception check to notice it. I'll give you an Arcana check.
It was a nat 20 on the perception check. I will try the Arcana. Arcana is just a flat dice roll, but heroism. No heroic knowledges. 15 total.
15 is enough to identify a night hag.
Okay. Yeah, one of the hags was scoping us out on the ethereal plane. So we do have their attention. They are ethereal.
And that was that was in the room with all the papers flying around?
No, that was right. I will point like that was right behind you.
Ah.
She was just chilling in the corner. Right? She seemed surprised, I think, to be spotted. But it does, means Roken's in kind of a risky position, but it's useful. I mean, it worked for the top one. There might be other ethereal stuff. I'm gonna maybe like motion Roken up to the next room.
Okay, let's go to the next room.
Since he's here, Chippy's gonna just take a look around the mirror room.
Yeah, give that one a shot, man.
Can I get an Arcana check about the mirror candles?
Yeah. Go ahead. And I'll take an investigate from Broken.
And I will position myself so I can see a little bit, see through to both areas and ready in action.
Damn, got a 30.
Nice. As you have multiple forms of vision, looking through this room, you see that this particular tapestry has a space behind it. It seems to be the green devil face that you're so familiar with as a motif around the tomb here. Its open mouth is actually an illusionary component. There's an open space inside. And inside that space, you see a lever.
I pull it.
A
with
glass lever.
Mage hand.
You do not interact with the material plane.
Oh, this one's not ethereal. So I'll just I'll get Wayne's attention.
Okay.
You're muted, I think.
I will like nod, acknowledge, but still have my action ready on what Chippy's doing just in case before I go in and check that out.
So while the investigation into the feast room, we have Chippy going over these sigils. And it does seem that...
What sigils? You mean the sigils on a candle, or the mirror have sigils on it too?
Yeah. Going over the sigils that are on the candle, the magic that has worked into this mirror, and also it seems the words above, that there is some kind of triggers that are here. As similar to like a glyph of warding, as you can specify a condition for something to happen. But whatever it is, it's something about lighting these candles. Maybe it's the right one, or maybe it's all of them.
He's gonna scratch his chin and look at the bloody writing up top and say, "Huh, piggy,
So part
piggy,
of that,
piggy."
there's also a verbal component, it seems, with the words scrawled. There's some kind of lit candle component, and there's some kind of mirror component. Although specifically identifying which these are, that you do not discern the activation.
I think you had said before that the mirror was cracked.
Yes.
Is it obvious what kind of crack it is? I mean, it's not like a circular, like somebody's head smashed into it and it cracked around in a ring, right? Or like one side, nothing significant about the way it's cracked.
It looks like part of its mounting. Like it is an octagon, or a hexagon, I'm sorry. And part of that corner piece seems to have like a crack across the edge point.
He's going to wander back out. He doesn't know what to do here, so he's going to go out into the hallway and see if he can see what the others are doing.
Well, I'll go hit the check the lever that Roken motioned to.
What's your passive?
Passive perception is character sheet. It's gonna be a 15, but I also get advantage on all wisdom checks, which I think adds like a +5 to passive or something.
Your passive 15 is enough to know that this green-faced devil's mouth is illusory, and there's a compartment inside.
Yeah, True Sight would have. Yeah.
True Sight, yeah.
Oh.
But inside that compartment there, right? Walking in, you notice, oh, they kind of hid it in the tapestry. But your other various forms of vision tell you that there in the dark, behind an illusionary cover, is a glass lever.
Click. And then duck.
You pull the lever. And as you turn, the person that you see as the scarecrow offers food, a beer, or rib, plate.
Get wrecked, minion. Pow. and I'm just gonna unload surprise round.
Go for it. Show me what that looks like.
Is he evil? I assume not undead.
What do you
Looks
think?
like a construct.
Is
Hey,
evil.
construct usually is evil. Oh, yeah.
Is evil, yes.
Surprise. Sharpshooter. 13 hit.
Yes.
Oh, good. I still have the heroism dice, but that's good to know. Now I'll probably need the heroism dice. Does a well, so now I'm at 15. Okay, good. And then an 18. Don't need the heroism on the last one. So 30 damage on the first shot, 24 on the second, 23 on the third.
And with the second shot, you have the construct drop lifeless and inert. Indistinguishable from a scarecrow you'd find in a field.
My very first target practice. Targets. I'll search it.
Of course.
Poorly. Total of 8 on the investigate. Well, hold on. Again, still heroic. 12 on investigation. Potion of heroism. Excellent investment every time. Every time I pop one of these, I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what you find is that he doesn't seem to be carrying anything. I mean, he doesn't have pockets, right? He's not. I mean,
Okay.
he is some clothing, but
Yeah,
it's
I
like
didn't know if he was going to
rags
have,
and
like,
ropes.
yeah.
You find nothing.
Excellent.
The food does smell delicious, though.
I bet it does. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and burn the remnants of the scarecrow and then head up.
Okay. As you step your foot on outside the door, you go feel overwhelmed, crippled with hunger.
I'm gonna pop a good berry.
And knowing that would take care of you, but you feel insatiable. You are starved. And have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
I look back at the food on the table. Son of a bitch. I'll commiserate for a moment with the lunatic and see if we can't figure out what it's going to take, if that can be treated.
Arcana or alchemy, some kind of something healing between the two of you.
And he'll cast guidance.
Sounds great.
22 total. Or 17, 18, 19 total.
Okay. You need a greater restoration or remove curse. Because you are cursed.
Just kind of like come to that conclusion and nod, and then he will burn one of his remove curse tattoos.
And the hunger fades.
Okay, another one down.
Good thing you got so many.
So that's 4 out of the 5.
Let's see what we can do on the last one. Chippy saw anything interesting or weird?
Nah, it's magic, but I couldn't figure out how to. I mean, I don't know. We
You pulled
can.
some pieces out. something about number of candles lit, either the right candle or all the candles, and something about a verbal component related to the words on the wall, and something magical about the mirror, some kind of looking into the mirror. You weren't able to figure out specifically what or how many candles or what words or what verbal, but you know that all three of these are part of it, part of its activation.
I could burn and identify and get it more specific. I feel like that crack is a clue. I wonder, Chippy's going to go back in and he says, I bet Roken would be better at this. He's going to see if there's some way to like open it. If there's a hidden compartment behind the mirror or anything.
I
Right.
was just going to do the same thing. Well, Team Yorkie with that. You're better at it though, because I don't have an intelligence bonus.
So would that be investigate? What would that be?
Probably investigate. If it's perception, I'll be fine.
Okay. So let's get some investigate from Chippy.
That's a 9. Not much of an investigate there. Or with advantage, it's a 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, I gave you advantage. You got a 10.
Okay, so with looking about, it seems like the mirror is firmly mounted into the wall and isn't going anywhere. And that there's some sort of multiple part activation to this. But the two of you are working together on it, and so when Wayne points to the north and south wall and is like, well, which of these two levers is it? You see him in the mirror, right? And Chippy doesn't see him anything in the mirror.
Yeah, why didn't you guys mention this shit? What the?
But Wayne, in the mirror's reflection, you see 2 levers.
Ah!
Chippy sees 0 levers. And this has yet to be activated.
Okay, so there's 2 levers in here. One of them is certain doom. That's just my assumption in this place. We could 50-50 it. Or maybe if we crack the ritual, it'll figure out, like, it'll indicate which ones. My inclination is light all the candles, say the incantation,
But
profit.
what incantation? I mean,
The-
piggy, and blood. I know, but that kind of feels like a warning.
I did at the mirror, man.
The
She did. Did you? Don't say the thing. Say the code word. Unless it's too late and we're rolling initiative.
No, I already said it.
I know.
You said it earlier.
Oh,
like before you got there.
That.
Oh, you did? Okay. Still, let's not overdo
A
it.
different subject. The writing there in blood seems to me to be a reference to hunger, which would be the next room over, which might indicate a direction about the levers.
Okay.
Right? The hungry room is next door.
I see how I see that the connection that you made there. I don't know.
It's not clear enough to know what it means, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and light all the candles, see what happens.
Well, the candles light readily, like a candle would.
Did anything change for you in the mirror when I lit the candles? Because I can already see it, so whatever's supposed to activate, I'm not going to notice.
Does anything look different in the mirror?
Taking a closer inspection, you see nothing. You see the room reflected about as you expect it. There isn't any difference.
Okay.
Uh,
For just a second, Chippy, I'm going to take a step back and let's think like an absolute utter bastard. Set up something a little obvious. If I was a dick, I would have hidden more candles around this room. Can we check real quick? Just like light the candles, say the thing, but I didn't put all the candles out in front of you. Ha ha, joke's on you. Does that sound like a dick move this dungeon designer would have done? Given all the other rooms we've run into so far.
Yeah.
This is why I'm constantly fucking with Withers. Is because every room is his fucking fault. He designed this place. Fuck that dude. Every room of this is designed to be like, haha, I'm smarter than you. No, fuck that guy.
all right, so where would they be hidden?
I don't know.
Like secret compartments? I was thinking something about candles are light and mirrors are light. So Chippy's going to go up on his broom and try looking at the candles in the mirror. Are the candles like attached? Can he lift one up and hold it in front of the mirror?
Everything is well seated in place. Doesn't move.
All right. It doesn't look like there's a ring where other candles would have been. No stray wax.
There's no missing candle little slot here, right? There's is another candle over on a shelf.
Motherfucker. I knew it.
Really?
I knew this son of a bitch. I'm in his head. I'm in his fucking head now. This motherfucker.
Wait, where's
Yes,
the shelf?
There's a sixth candle. It is underneath the shelf that the mirror is. It's on a shelf that comes out from
What
the
a
wall.
bastard.
So there's 5 candles on top of it, and then underneath, kind of recessed, hidden back, is a smaller little six one. Also has
Now,
the sigils.
if I was a real
Currently
motherfucker, that would
Currently
be the
unlit.
decoy. There's another one hidden in here somewhere. I'm gonna keep looking just in case. Leave one out for you to find and then think you're okay. No. I'm gonna, this place has wounded Wayne a little, I'm realizing.
Hey,
Wounded us all.
Chippy's going to call out the door. Hey, can we get another remove curse in here?
I don't think there's a therapy spell. It's
So yes, there's a hidden candle, as of yet unlit. You would call it the 6th candle.
I'll light it and put it down, and then I will legit. I'm gonna keep look for another action or two. Now that I found one, motherfucker.
Yeah, wit.
Chippy's going to say, piggy, piggy, piggy.
And you see up here in the reflection on the mirror a lever.
Just one.
One on the north wall.
Action.
Is the
Now,
other one that...
It's not in the room with you, but you can see it in the reflection. You can.
Oh, I just see it
No.
on the wall, not in the
No,
reflection.
you saw 2 in the reflection. Now
Right.
Chippy sees 1.
But
Chippy sees one.
Sees 1 on the north wall.
Chippy saw none earlier.
You saw none earlier. You see one.
But Wayne still sees 2. All right, so Chippy's gonna explain this. So, I mean, should somebody stay here and give directions, and the other one should go pull that? Like, even though they can't see it? Does that sound like a plan?
I mean, just tell me which one you see, because I see both of them.
The north wall, but we can only see him in the mirror, right?
Right?
Would we be able to, Chippy's going to go out and try and from memory see if he can find the one that he saw on the north wall and see if he can feel it, put his hand on it.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm going to go out and get Ethereal Roken's attention.
You do not see it in the physical.
Yeah, just motioning for Roken to go check it out now that we changed the thing.
Trying to like look in the mirror and see the lever. It's probably like another 5 feet out of reach. Maybe if you used some kind of something, a tool, mage hand,
If he goes over
stick.
there and tries to touch where he thought it was, he can't feel it. Like if he just waves his hand around there.
Correct.
Okay, so he'll try mage hand.
So going back to the mirror and looking at the reflection of the single lever to the north, your mage hand connects and pulls the lever. And as the lever sinks,
Yay.
there's a voice yells from outside, "Hey, that was the last seal." Kajma yells in the center room.
All right. At this point, Alex is going to come out of the room where she's been in with the flying papers, with as many papers as she was able to catch in that time, and says, "Hey, Chippy, I got some."
So go ahead and make that dex check.
Yeah, I mean, she was trying that whole time. So,
All right, give me a check.
just one. Okay.
Mhm. And as it's flirting about and everyone else filters out, you grab a third one. Are you gonna check it out or just grab more?
She's just gonna grab as many as she can and shove them all into her bag of holding
Make a dex check.
until she hears the last seal.
All right, good. Make a second dex check. And you grab another page, and after grabbing the page, there's a change as all of the pages in the room light up and flare and burn and flame. And with a flash of fire, all the pages are reduced to dust, which spins madly into a piece in the center, which takes form. Initiative?
Oh. Initiative?
Yeah.
Woo!
Could we take a break before we hop in?
It's pretty close to the time for it. Yeah, we could go ahead and do that now. And we will then catch back up with our crew here in just a few minutes. For those of you watching at home, don't go far. We will see you soon.